Welcome to the December 2013 webinar, Let's Talk Pens. I am Vicki Zuverink, National Chair of the Insignia Committee. During this webinar, members will learn more about the insignia page on the DAR members website, the proper use of the DAR insignia, guidelines for wearing the DAR insignia, and frequently asked questions. At the end of the webinar, there will be a live question and answer session. The official insignia was adopted on May 26, 1891, and the Insignia Committee is the oldest NSDAR committee. The golden wheel of the insignia represents a spinning wheel. The platinum or white gold distaff represents flax. The blue rim and the distaff carry the colors of the society, and the stars represent the original 13 colonies. The insignia is the property of the National Society and may not be used for commercial purposes or as an ornament. A ruling by the National Board of Management limits the use of the insignia by states and chapters to yearbooks, stationery, programs, and, when necessary, to the work of the Society. The insignia should appear in either the top center or upper left-hand corner, with no words written or printed above the insignia. The exception is on an official DAR banner. If you are unsure about the use of the insignia, check the insignia page on the DAR members website or contact your insignia state chairman. The DAR logo is not restricted in use and may be used for various DAR items, such as tote bags, parade banners, and other state and chapter needs. DAR members are encouraged to plan ahead and properly dispose of their insignia and pins. NSDAR has developed the form Sample Letter for Disposal of Insignia and Pins, which is linked to forms on the Insignia Committee website. By using this form, members can decide the disposition of their own pins. The Insignia Committee has 4 national vice chairmen who monitor the Internet daily for DAR insignia and other DAR-related items. These vice chairmen work with state societies and chapters to recover these items. Neither this committee or the National Society are able to purchase these pins. Previously owned pins may be donated to the National Society Office of the Organizing Secretary General, which offers these pins for sale. A list of sale items can be obtained by contacting that office. The insignia pin should be worn over the left breast and only by active members. The insignia and pins are worn with a 1-inch wide ribbon, which is the same as the ribbon used to create the state region's sash. The length of the official ribbon shall not exceed 14 inches. By ruling of the National Board of Management, a flag pin may be worn on the left lapel when wearing the DAR insignia. No other jewelry is to be worn on the left side when wearing the insignia pin. The insignia pin may be worn with attire appropriate for DAR occasions, which may include pants and jackets. It should be worn only at functions of the National Society, state organizations, or chapters, or when representing the Society. The insignia may be worn during the dedication of a grave marker for a deceased daughter and also at the funeral of a daughter. The DAR insignia should not be worn on the street, in a restaurant, cocktail lounge, or other public places unless a DAR or allied function is taking place. The insignia may be worn when wine is served at a DAR function. Please note there is a Let's Talk Pens Frequently Asked Questions section on the Insignia webpage. We will now address some of the frequently asked questions about pins and insignia. We will begin with the recognition pin and the miniature insignia, which are often confused. The recognition pin is a small plain insignia to be worn on the lapel. The miniature insignia, plain or pierced, is worn on the miniature narrow ribbon. The recognition pin has the pin closure and the miniature insignia has the loop. The miniature insignia may be worn on a branch bar along with miniatures of other societies and may be worn on any occasion. The recognition pin is not to be placed on the official ribbon with other pins. Please remember that no other pins are to be placed on the miniature narrow ribbon with the miniature insignia. An associate member pin is available with a bar to be engraved with the chapter's name. The associate member pin will accommodate multiple bars. If a member is an associate of a chapter overseas, they are eligible to wear the unit's overseas pin with the bar engraved with the name of the country. If you are a member of an overseas chapter, the bar would be engraved with the name of the chapter. When placing an order for a state chairman's pin, please note that there are two different pins. The pin with the eagle on top is for state chairman of national committees, and the oval pin is for state standing, special, and state conference committees. A Friends of Junior Membership pin, Friends of the DAR Library pin, etc. may be purchased after making a minimum donation to any of the Friends committees. When an identical donation is made to the same committee, a Best Friends pin and bar can be purchased. The bar will be engraved with a fund name for the Friends Fund for each donation. There is no limit to the number of contributions or bars that can be added. The President General's Project and Benefactor pins are not in the Best Friends category. Anyone earning a pin for service, such as chapter officer, state chairman or vice chairman, etc., may continue to wear their pin even after the term has been completed. Likewise, if a member transfers to a different chapter or state, pins for both chapters or states may be worn. The current chapter or state pin should be worn above the previous pin. Chapter regents may be allowed to wear the chapter-owned chapter regent pin on a ribbon with insignia. If the chapter does not own an insignia, she may place the pin at the top of her own ribbon. Only one official insignia can be worn at a time. After the chapter regent's term, she is eligible for the past chapter regent pin, which has replaced the ex-chapter regent pin. The ex-chapter regent pin may still be worn on the ribbon. If you are a past chapter regent of more than one chapter, both pins may be worn and the most current pin should be placed above the other. When members place an order, there is an option for the ancestor bar and the ancestor rider. The ancestor bar is placed on the ribbon with the attached pin. The ancestor rider slides on with a wire attached to the pin and must be sewn to hold its place. Either bar will be engraved with the ancestor's name. State pins are available and can be worn for the membership state of the member and also where the ancestor or supplemental ancestor served. State pins for ancestors are grouped together above the ancestor bars. If there are multiple ancestors from the same state, one state pin should represent all of them. The placement of pins form states that members wear the pin designating their current position on the top of the ribbon, with the rest of the pins in order below. When you have finished serving in any position, the highest ranking past service is at the top. If you do not have a highest office held, such as a chapter regent pin, you could wear a chapter bar or ancestor bar. If you have both the chapter bar and ancestor bar, the chapter bar would go at the top. Think of your DAR ribbon as one long ribbon for placing pins. Due to length restrictions on a ribbon, this long ribbon is divided into sections. Follow the placement of ribbon form and begin with the ribbon closest to your arm. Start at the top and place your pins to the bottom of that ribbon. If you wear additional ribbons, begin at the top and place pins to the bottom of that ribbon. The last row ends with the DAR insignia. Please remember that the official insignia is to be worn at the bottom of the official ribbon and cannot be worn alone. The official insignia must always be worn over the left breast. Members eligible for a pin earned under previous state regents can be signed for by the current state regent. When an order is confirmed in the office of the Organizing Secretary General, a member's service is listed in her record in e-membership. Only pins approved by the National Board of Management may be worn on the official ribbon. Other pins, such as State Regents Project, Cameo Club, DAR campaign pins, etc., may be worn on the lapel or on a separate unofficial ribbon worn on the right side. This type of pin may be worn to other than DAR functions, as this is a non-official DAR related pin. The DAR handbook says that the official insignia is to be worn over the left breast and should conform to the dignity of the DAR which it represents. A pin scarf which involves putting the pins on the scarf instead of clothing is not allowed. The chapter officer pin now comes with loops to attach engraved bars. The bars would be engraved with the chapter office and attached in order of service. If the highest office served does not have a slide wire and pin so that it can be worn at the top of the ribbon, wear the highest anchor pin at the top. If you have none, put the chapter bar or next the ancestor bar at the top. A ribbon bar is another solution and may be purchased from Hamilton Jewelers and can be attached to the back of the ribbon so pins can be worn in the proper order. There is some confusion about the DAR banner. DAR banners, to be used as a DAR banner with the American flag, are ordered directly from the DAR store at national headquarters, whether it is for a DAR banner or a custom-made chapter banner. Banners to be used in parades are different from this banner and may not use the insignia. The DAR logo may be used on a parade banner. These questions and many more are covered in depth on the Frequently Asked Questions section of the Insignia Committee webpage on the DAR members website. There are other resources to find answers to questions about pins. The Insignia Committee webpage offers many sources. On the left-hand side of the page are links and the Let's Talk Pins Frequently Asked Questions. Other links on the page include ordering pins and insignia, procedures for initiating new pins to be worn on the official ribbon, information on the official sashes that are worn, and information to order an official DAR banner. The link for ordering a grave marker leads to the office of the Historian General, as that office handles markings. The national bylaws which pertain to DAR insignia and the placement of DAR insignia and pins on official ribbon form are linked on the page. The Insignia Seal and Banner booklet has a link and provides in-depth information on insignia, includes the history of the insignia, the official listing of pins, and much more. The Insignia Seal Banner booklet is available in PDF or printed form. Take some time to learn the DAR members website and all that is offered there. Hamilton Jewelers is the official source for DAR pins. The Office of the Organizing Secretary General approves all pins. Insignia may be ordered by mail, directed to the Office of the Organizing Secretary General, or directly from Hamilton Jewelers by clicking on the Hamilton Insignia link on the Insignia webpage. Please note that Hamilton's physical address has changed. Orders placed through Hamilton are also verified by the Office of the Organizing Secretary General before being fulfilled. At the top of the Hamilton link are a few questions they frequently receive. For a member new to the ordering process, these questions can be very helpful. By clicking the links on the website, a member can see what pins are available and learn if she is eligible for a certain pin. Please note that on pins which need to be engraved, that there may be an option to select hand or machine engraving and the difference in cost. Be sure to indicate which type engraving is desired. Hamilton will not re-engrave ancestor bars and chapter bars as they are thin and deeply engraved. However, other pins may be buffed and re-engraved with the exception of ones that have the chapter name in enamel. Please check with Hamilton before sending pins to be re-engraved to verify it can be done. Please note on the lower right of the Hamilton website that there is a button where a member may join an email list. Hamilton sends an email about once every 2 weeks with information on new pins and other things available from Hamilton. A member may opt out of the email at any time. The DAR pin and insignia order form is a link at the top of the page. Click on the form to enlarge. If you have questions before ordering, Hamilton accepts phone calls and is helpful in answering questions. The official insignia is a most treasured DAR possession and should conform to the dignity of the DAR which it represents. Encourage members to review their insignia as new pins are added and to check the website to help answer their questions. We will now open this webinar to questions.